Hello, and welcome back to my Lady Boss YouTube channel. So I have seen so many videos on YouTube pretty much of just everybody talking about goal planning, goal setting, how to create your vision board, and just how to kill it in 2021. And a video that I had created about 3 weeks ago was how to create a 2021 vision board, and it literally got so much attention. It has over 1,800 views. So I will definitely link that up above and even down below in the description box, because you should definitely check out that video after you watch this one, because it's honestly one of those things where it is always something that I will stand by 110%, that goals are the things that will keep you motivated, that will keep you going, that'll make you feel like you're progressing and that you're not stagnant. And we do really need that in our lives just to be able to be really fulfilled. And so that's why in this video, I'm going to kind of create a spin-off of that vision board video, because I want you to go ahead and make those goals on your vision board actually come true. So if you feel that you're, having a hard time accomplishing goals, or that you set them and then you always fall short, this is the video for you. So before we do get started into this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I am always here to remind you to become the game changer in your life, because I post videos every single Thursday about building confidence, personal growth, and just self-development in general. So definitely keep a lookout for future videos. And also don't forget to comment down below, as I love to connect with each and every single one of you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video on how to make goals on your vision board come true. My tip number 1 is to prioritize your top 3 goals. So the reason why I want you to go ahead and focus on those 3 main goals is because sometimes we just get so excited that it's the new year, so there's new resolutions, new goals to be made, but hold your roll for a second, because it's kind of better to not bite off more than you can chew and start off with 3 things at first. So these are the things that you really want to consider when you're choosing your top 3 goals. You really want to go into things that will give you that burning desire and passion, or that there are things that you want to go ahead and really change in your life, or things that you want more abundance of. So those are things that will go ahead and definitely help you choose your top 3 goals. And I will just let you know my personal goals, and which I have already shared on my 2021 vision board video, but I will go ahead and reiterate it here. So my first one is that I wanted to handle more of my finances. And then the other one was to have better balance and to kind of just go hand in hand with mental health. And the third one for me was to focus more on YouTube. So those were my main top 3 things that I wanted to go ahead and really focus on in the new year. And the one thing that I really want you to keep in mind is that in order for you to go ahead and have those goals on your vision board actually come true, you have to gain that focus. And you really have to have a passion and desire for those things in order for those things to come into your life and for you to be able to be consistent and crush those goals next year. My tip number 2 is to break down a step-by-step plan. So you want to go ahead and figure out what's obtainable or what's manageable for you and your own schedule. Because the only way that you can ever accomplish any single type of goals or milestones in your life is if you have that consistency. I cannot repeat that more and more times. It is all about consistency. So that is why you have to really keep that in mind, because there's so many times where people will try to copy other people's schedules or copy what other people are doing, but you're an individual, you're original. You need to go ahead and do what works for you and try to avoid copying what works for somebody else. Because once you break down a plan, that is where you can go ahead and then execute your goals on your vision board. My tip number 3 is to execute by setting routines. So now that you have figured out a manageable plan for yourself, now it's time to go ahead and execute your routines. And the one way to really do that is to start time blocking. And what I really highly recommend is when you are trying to implement your goals into your daily routines, I would highly suggest you kind of focus on these things like 3 times a week. So maybe say Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a few hours a day, go ahead and focus on those, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever you want to choose. So I just always would recommend to start 3 times a week to focus on that a few hours a day, only because you don't want to go ahead and get burnt out that easily. Because sometimes when you just go full force into something and you're just like trying to grind it out literally day in, day out, you kind of get exhausted, to be honest, because that happens to all of us, you know? So definitely do it in moderation, and definitely really find that balance, because you still want to go ahead and implement your goals, but then you also want to go ahead and still feel like you do have a life outside of that. So that's why go ahead and do this for about, 3 to 6 months and see what is working and what isn't. And maybe, 3 times a week, maybe you want to implement another day. So just do kind of what works for you and then execute it. My tip number 4 is to have an accountability partner. So most of us, we have that best friend, we have a family member that we're really close to, or even, a significant other that we can kind of share our 3 main goals with. And when you do this, it's something that you should kind of check in with each other every once in a while, because sometimes when you do check-ins or you have that conversation, it kind of flows into either more ideas or just something to help you if you get stuck or stagnant, or just gives you other brainstorming ideas. So it's always really good to have that accountability partner, because most of the time when you do, they'll probably ask you, oh, how's your goals going? Or are you doing this? Or how's this going? And I'm pretty sure that you'd rather give them a positive response versus like, oh no, I kind of gave up or whatever, So it's one of those things where it kind of keeps you on your P's and Q's and keeps you on your toes. And when you do go ahead and put your goals out there, you're speaking them into existence. And more cases than not, it'll help you keep progressing forward. My last and final tip is to focus on reflection and reward. So anytime that you are accomplishing your goals or trying to hit those milestones, it is so crucial to really reflect. I would say reflect once a month, because you need to figure out what is working and what isn't, because you really need to think of things that you need to either change within your routine or things that you actually need to keep and continue to keep doing because they're working for you. So this is something that's really important for you to keep progressing forward. And then once you start to get to that point, that's when you can start, rewarding yourself for things. When you're hitting your goals or hitting those milestones, don't forget to reward yourself, because that's something where you can either, do a spa day or a pamper day. You could take a staycation or like a vacation or something like that, or maybe treat yourself out to a nice dinner. Whatever it is that you're going to feel that you have rewarded yourself, that is really something that you need to do and implement within your life, because it's not only all about just the end goal and for you to accomplish something, it's the process, because that is something that is going to be something that you'll need to learn throughout your whole entire life journey, that it's the process that matters. And it's nice that you do actually get to finish something with an end goal and an end result, but it's all about how you handle things throughout your whole entire journey, because no matter how big or small the progress is still progress. Alright you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and close out this video, and if you were somebody who is struggling with hitting their goals, I'm hoping that this video was really helpful for you, because all of these tips that I had given, I really do use this and implement this in my own life to be able to hit my own goals. And so if you have any other tips and suggestions on how to hit those milestones, or just to really be consistent with your goals, let me know in the comments down below, because I can definitely learn a thing or two too. Like, I love to learn new things, because life and goal setting is a constant journey, and there's always a process, there's always new things to learn. So yeah, definitely let me know down below in the comments. So with that being said, I do really appreciate you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next week's video, and I will see you all next week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.